Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. But tonight we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They come up on 1st and 10. Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. He'll get this to about the 38. You look at this Raiders defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass, because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble and hit 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Bombers.
to throw. Here's Nix. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of buying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. He's got his target. That's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on third and medium to pick up the first.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Nix to the air. And he's got it. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game you play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pop in their step. You go to them early and often.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Trey Tucker, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here in Vegas. Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Raiders nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
On the 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Set. Forward. 60 by 6. 60 by 6.
Off play action, here's White. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Ready? 70 Lions.
White off play action. He's going to air one out. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Dante Thornton, 48 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a return down to a lead. This will come out to the 35-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think can be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who played best, and don't worry about the rest of them.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This will be taken at the 10. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Come on, set, go.
Off the RPO, he completes it. 2 yards on the pickup there. 3rd and 7 now.
3rd and 7.
Homestanding Raiders with a football here as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now White. Got his man. It's Thornton. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll get this out to Genty. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
The 21-yard line.
Ready up.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Here we go. Set, go.
A run straight ahead with Genty. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Raiders at 0-7, winless to start the year. And they come in just an absolute free fall. Losers now, Charles, of 7 in a row.
And I think this is where, in a locker room, a lot of the team looks to their best players and even silently asks for them to guide them out of this. You know, we've got to be better than what we've shown. We need you to lead us. That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Go. Hawk 7.
On 1st down, it's Genty. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here's White. That's to Bash over the middle. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. White. Now it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. An audible here to get a new look.
It's now 4th and goal.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go.
4th down. Here's White. Touchdown. Ashton Jeanty taking it in. And the Raiders take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide that they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Broncos 7. Campbell to kick off.
As the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that they spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Throws right side, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 yards there, and the Denver first down. Off the play fake, here's Nix. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now it's Nix. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing Nix. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Ready?
They're going. It's Nix. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Broncos first down.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. Open man is Ibuka. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll make it second down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's Nix. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. On the sneak, it's Nix. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful for the yard out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level. Lutz with the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
35-yard ride.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Here we go.
Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it down the field. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Right back to Genty on 1st down. And the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yards.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yards on the play. And the Raider first down.
White looks to throw. That's complete. Genty out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it'll be second down.
2nd and 6.
Drop 50. Get it.
Now White. That's to the left side, pulled in by Besh. 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try to run for it with Genty. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
For the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half.
Raiders 17. Broncos 14.
A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought the first half, they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They'll go again with Genty. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The play fake, now White. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Cougar, ready.
Up the middle, it's Genty. Will be taken down at the 48 for a pickup or 2 yards.
I know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 3rd and 8.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Here we go, 79 Broncos. Panther 60, Panther 60. Check, 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 check. Check out.
To throw, White. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thornton. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Brooklyn?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then it curls back inside for the completion.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
A run out of the gun to Genty. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, here's White. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Raiders are able to ride in their advantage.
Raiders 24, Broncos 14.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side, so now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do. I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free possession game.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
This one you can try and get a tight end in space. They like this matchup, so they'll let their two receivers to his outside run simple little short routes, hoping to suck up the secondary. And that'll free up space for their tight end on the corner route to make a big play. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll go play action with Nix. To the right side, catch made by Abuka. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Try to run for it. Here's Hardy. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. They lost 2, and it brings up 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Well, I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Play action. Here's White. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Let's go. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
On the give, Genty. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Once again, it's Genty. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll lead him to the 3rd and about 4 more for 1st.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, here's Genty. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15.
Taken down back at the 15.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Off the play fake. Right. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop it for an 8-yard loss. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They had a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go around. Nix from the shotgun. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Nix to the air. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 35-yard line.
Captain. Bombers.
To throw, here's Nix. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there at 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Now a 2nd and 10. Nix looking to throw again. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Back to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Nice job escaping the pocket. And boy, he took the shot downfield towards the end zone, didn't he? Trying to go for 6. It just wasn't there against that coverage. They were ready to prevent the big play.
Captain.
Back to the air with Nix. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
10 yards to go.
Well, this drive, they're perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24. Yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They work now on 2nd and 9. Right off play action. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. A give out of the gun to Genty. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we don't know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 71 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. From the 41, here's 2nd and 3.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
Off play action, here's White. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Jalen Phillips, the former first rounder, getting in there for the sack.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Working out of the gun is Nix. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Now it's Nix. And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, and this game's over.
Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
That's good for Broncos. First down. A gain of 21.
Throwing Nix.
First down, Denver.
That's to the running back, R.J. Harvey.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here we go, 1st and goal.
First down.
Nix to throw again. Setting up a screen for Harvey.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
1-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 1. Off the option, that's complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. What's good on the extra point? And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Broncos 21.
So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. This is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Now he's going to step up and run. And got his man complete. A big game there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
And if it wasn't over before, it is now. Looking for that one final first down. They got it and then some. And if they play things right from here on out, that should just about assure them a victory.
What a ball.